Hi there, I just wanted to give a quick run through some of the markets I will be covering with the monthly subscription. If you become a subscriber, feel free to nominate a market or a stock that you have a specific interest in that I might not be covering. I will do my best to include it and keep it within some of the updates we will be providing. The monthly subscription is $100 per month and will include updates on the following markets. I will be covering a wide range of markets using the Elliott Wave principle, supported with intermarket analysis along with other technical analysis tools and techniques. If you're unfamiliar with the intermarket cycle and whatever technical analysis techniques I'm using, I will also be providing educational updates and a continuous education program that will explain what I'm using and how I'm using these principles. Using the intermarket cycle of bonds, stocks, commodities and currencies, I will format an opinion on market direction and opportunities that may arise in various markets. So we will be looking at bonds, stocks, commodities and currencies. The bond markets will be the long-term 30-year kind of plus bonds, as well as the medium 7 to 10-year funds. The counts I will be following will be on the TLT and the IEF. We will also look at the actual price and rates through stockcharts.com. So you can check out the stockcharts.com review and it'll show you how I incorporate the actual rates into market correlations and various things. So we will look at the investment grade LQD as well as the high yield HYG and also inflation protected tips. The primary stock market I'll be following will be the S&P 500. However, I will look at counts on the Nasdaq and the Dow. The primary count will be on the S&P. We will look at the various spider sectors within the S&P. From there, we will look at industry groups and individual stocks within the best and worst performing sectors. Again, stockcharts.com review covers how we will be selecting them. Commodities. We will look at the commodity tracking indices, the Deutsche Bank, S&P, the Dow Jones, along with the CRB and the Continuous Commodity Index. We will be tracking the end-of-day data with them. We will break down the commodities into various metals, primarily gold, silver and copper. We will also look at oil. From time to time I will look at some of the agricultural, but we will primarily be following the indices. Currencies, I will be looking at the US dollar index, looking at the correlation between the commodity markets and the US dollar. So we will break down the US dollar into what I consider the 6 major pairs, which would be Euro dollar, the Swiss franc, the British pound, Japanese yen, the Aussie dollar and the Canadian dollar. I will be given short-term updates on each of these pairs down to like 15 to 60 minute charts. We will try and correlate some of the markets back to commodities, and if there's sometimes when there's correlations with stock markets, but each of the markets will be analysed individually with an individual Elliott Wave count, and we will try and then incorporate the intermarket analysis to the various different counts. We will keep a track on world markets, but more on a long-term count, keeping note of confirmation and non-confirmations within the US stock markets, and also with countries that are correlated to the commodity markets, various importing countries and exporting countries. The analysis will range from long-term monthly and weekly counts down to intraday. Some of the markets will be updated more regularly at lower time frames. If we're anticipating a turn in some of the gold markets or the commodity indices, we will be down at lower degree time frames looking for the first early patterns to consider a turn in the markets. But with the S&P and the currency pairs and some of the stocks, we will be looking at 60 and 15 minute charts quite regularly. Also with the subscription will include some education. The education will primarily focus on incorporating the Elliott Wave principle with traditional technical analysis, along with trading notes, like how to take your trading from analyzing various markets to actually trading your analysis. There is a mentorship offer also if you feel you need more one-on-one help with your education, or market analysis. If you have specific markets that you want me to analyze specifically for yourself or your company, I can incorporate that too. So I'll just give you a quick review of what kind of the markets, the way I look at the markets and stuff. So all my analysis will be done through TradeStation and stockcharts.com. So here we see the various commodity markets, the indexes I'll be following. The metals here, I look at the Dow Jones and some of the S&P metal indices, copper, like I said, but we will also, any index I will look at a fund that tracks that index to be able to trade it at a more reasonable price. So there's gold, silver, aluminium, the dollar, and various different pairs or bonds. Some international bonds when they need to be looked at, like I said before, indices as well as funds, just the banking index, RITs, that'll be more incorporated into the intermarket analysis, home builders, and the world shares. So like, as you can see, it's the iShare indices that we will look at. If opportunities arise that correlate with turns in the markets that we are looking at to correlate with, we will bring that to the subscribers' attention. If we just look at our stocks again, so we're looking at the stocks, just how I break down the stock market into the various sectors and stocks within them sectors. So the sectors, we will look at them on a long-term basis, and then also we'll take them down to a lower degrees. We will also look at some market breadth, and we will look at the a relative strength, which is a large part of my analysis. That's just a quick review on what the subscription entails. If you have any questions, feel free to make contact through the link on the website. Thank you.